My name is Richard Moss. I'm a visiting senior research scientist at the Earth Institute here at Columbia University. I'm here to reconvene a federal advisory committee that was discontinued last fall, and the committee was put together to develop recommendations on how to improve the information that the government research program provides to people about climate change. The recommendations that our committee is going to be developing focus on the process of translating scientific information into actionable knowledge. We are not going to be producing another report about what the impacts of climate change might be in different regions of the country or on things like the electricity grid or water resources. That work is continuing, and we're also providing advice on it, but that's not our main focus. What we're going to do is focus on the kinds of climate science that the government is funding. For example, modeling of future climate change, preparation of downscaling scenarios that provide higher resolution information, observations about what changes are being observed and how extreme events are changing. We'll be focusing on the process for preparing that information and then translating it into new design standards for buildings or for transportation infrastructure, information about growing seasons and how that might affect cropping patterns in agriculture or livestock, or things about water resources. How will precipitation change, and how might that affect what cities like New York have to do to manage their water supply more effectively? So it's really that it's going to be a report about the process for translating this information and making it more useful. From my perspective, there's a lot of reason for hope here. I think, the first thing that's most affected my life recently is just the support from Governor Cuomo, from Columbia, from the American Meteorological Society to get back into this and to finish these recommendations. I mean, that's to me a sign of commitment on the part of a lot of different groups in society. I think there continues to be a real understanding that this is a serious problem. I think it's also really encouraging to see the state, the U.S. Climate Alliance, to see the cities, the coalition of cities that's come together and that have said we're going to continue to meet the U.S. commitments to the Paris Agreement, whether or not the federal government coordinates that work or not. And I think that's another really encouraging sign. And then finally, just the level of support in the public. This has not gone away. People have not said, oh, well, I guess this must not be a problem after all. They continue to understand the, kind of the seriousness of the risk, and they're, I think, expressing concern and pushing their political leadership to act on it. So I find all of that to be really encouraging.